Hey everyone, this is FaZe and welcome to my channel. I can't believe that time is flying so fast. This year, Apple introduced the all-new M2 iPad Air, and they finally brought a 13-inch model to the lineup that I was really excited about. And I just did a video the other day where I talked about how it is using the M2 iPad Air for 6 months. And now there's already rumors about a new iPad Air that's coming out. At first, when I heard about this rumor, I was kind of confused because Apple doesn't upgrade their iPad every single year. They now upgrade it every 18 to 24 months. So to hear about a new upgrade coming out within a time span of 12 months, it's kind of, outside the norm, let's put it that way. But the fact that these reports are coming from Mark Gurman, who has a great track record, then that definitely means something. So without any further ado, let's go over the features that Mark Gurman is talking about that the new iPad Air will have that is slated to launch in spring of 2025. And just to let you know, when I read this report, I was really happy because the small issues that I did have with the M2 iPad Air looks like it's all going to be fixed with the new one. So anyways, let's continue. So the first thing, and perhaps the most important thing, is an improved display. Now, I said this in my review that the display of the M2 iPad Air is not bad, but it still has a 60 Hz refresh rate, which is really poor in my opinion when you look at the market right now in 2024. Almost all smartphones and tablets are going for a 120 Hz display, and yet Apple is stuck at 60 Hz. And when you compare the 60 Hz display to that of an iPad Pro, for example, the 60 Hz display just seems outdated. It makes the whole device seem slow just because of the way the refresh rate is. It's just not as quick and fast and responsive as a 120 Hz display. Then again, Apple is focused on giving a 120 Hz display only on the iPad Pro model. That is something exclusive to that. And in my review, I said, okay, so don't give it a 120 Hz display, but give it at least a 90 Hz display so it feels more advanced and faster. And that's exactly what they're doing, because based on the report that I'm seeing here, it'll have a 90 Hz display technology for the iPad Air and other upcoming Apple products like a 24-inch iMac and a next-gen studio display. So that is something that is music to my ears. I'm so glad that Apple is improving the display. Hopefully they improve the brightness as well. That would be the icing on the cake. The next new feature that Apple is bringing is not necessarily the iPad itself, but with its accessory, and that is a new Magic Keyboard. Now, with the new 2024 iPad Pro with the M4 chip, Apple introduced an all-new Magic Keyboard. It's thinner, it's lighter, it's got an all-new hinge, it's got an aluminum surface, it's got a function row key and a larger trackpad. And all these new enhancements really take the Magic Keyboard experience next level. Now, according to the report from Mark Gurman, you're not going to see the exact same keyboard come to the iPad Air. In fact, what Apple is going to do is it's going to give you the function row key, it'll give you a larger trackpad, and it'll have that slimmer and lighter design without the aluminum surface. So pretty much all the key components of the iPad Pro's Magic Keyboard will be coming to the iPad Air. And of course, another upgrade that Apple is going to be bringing to the iPad Air is that it will be giving it an all-new M3 chip. And this is something I'm not that excited about because I've used an iPad Air with the M2 chip for 6 months, and I've also been using the M4 iPad Pro for 6 months. And to be very honest, we've come to that point now where these devices are lightning fast, and whatever you want to get done, you can get it done very quickly, very efficiently, and you are not going to complain about the speed at all. So yes, it's getting an M3 chip, and that's great, but I don't think on a day-to-day basis you're really going to find a difference. I think the display enhancements and the new keyboard will take the overall experience forward. Now, on his Power On newsletter, Mark Gurman did talk about the possibility of Apple trying to bring Face ID to the iPad Air. And once again, there's no concrete evidence that Apple will actually be bringing it, but if Apple was to bring Face ID to the iPad Air, that would make it a significant upgrade. But once again, I don't know if we will, because then it's becoming too similar to the iPad Pro. And there are going to be other smaller improvements as well. Like I said, I really do want Apple to make the screens brighter on the iPad Air. Currently, the 13-inch M2 iPad Air has 600 nits of brightness, which is standard to that model. But the 11-inch is stuck at 500 nits, and now rumor has it that the 11-inch also will be bumped up to 600. To be honest, I would really want it to go above 600 for both models. Whatever Apple can do to make it better and brighter would be great. It's going to have Wi-Fi 7 support, which was introduced on the iPhone 16. It's going to have a rear LED flash, which was introduced on the iPad mini in 2021. and yet it's still not implemented on the iPad Air for whatever reason. But finally, it'll be coming to this new M3 iPad Air. It's gonna have Thunderbolt support, which is currently exclusive to the iPad Pro, and it's gonna have better mics. So those are small enhancements, but like I said in the very beginning, the big enhancements is gonna be that improved 90 Hertz display and that new Magic Keyboard accessory. And like I said, Face ID is an idea that Apple is playing around with. It may or may not happen. I personally don't think it's gonna happen because that would make the iPad Air too similar to the iPad Pro. The M3 chip is obviously a nice welcome. So in conclusion, I will say this. If you can wait to buy an iPad Air, if you can wait a good 4 or 5 months, then definitely wait, because I do think that the enhancements that Apple is making to the M3 iPad Air, though small, I think it will be worth it. But at the same time, if you really need an iPad Air, then go ahead and get the current one. It's already great. It's a fantastic device. It's one of the best iPads in the market, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. Like I always say, if you are, if you can wait, then wait, right? Why not get the latest and greatest? But at the end of the day, I want to know your thoughts on what you think about this new M3 iPad Air rumor. Whatever your thoughts are, whatever your questions are, leave them down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next time.